Today I'm going to talk about what I refer to as business financing basics.
Have you ever heard a business owner say they acquired an asset or entered a market for strategic reasons? Or what about the businesses that are built on the foundation of subsidies and market protection schemes? As one of my old mentors used to tell me, if you want to invest capital into something that isn't profitable, then it's not very strategic. As I was reading an article the other day on the failing of Ontario's green energy, I couldn't help thinking about how this type of misguided approach applies to so many small business failures. Anytime there are artificial supports present in the market that hold your position or even allow you to compete in the market or cause the market to even exist in the first place, the outcome over time is not likely to be very good. Even if you're not dependent on subsidies or some form of industry price protection, market access, and so on, there are other things to consider. For instance, look at the Canadian manufacturing sector, where many of its members built a business on a 75-cent Canadian US dollar ratio. But what happens if the dollar moves to parity as it's done in the past? Not likely going to happen, right? Instead of getting costs in line to be able to protect against such a movement in a highly dependent variable that makes or breaks the business, many companies choose not to, and as a result are out of business today or will be out of business in the future. The great thing about the last example is that while the dollar is at around 75 cents and you reduce your costs to be able to compete at par, the short-term upside is that all the cost savings are profits. Not a bad incentive to make sure you're competitive. When I was in the corporate world, the business movers and shakers would always be selling us finance guys a load of crap in terms of their market assumptions for key investments they wanted to make. As a finance guy, my job was to be the counterbalance to the hype and try to ascertain if we were trying to build a foundation on sand or stone. When numbers don't materialize, costs are going to be higher and profits lower. And if that ends up killing you or your project, the next guy comes along and buys the assets at their true market value. Creating any type of business or growing an existing business that is not designed to be competitive on some scale does not make any sense, period. Sure, you may be able to get away with taking such an approach for a period of time, but in the end, things are going to come apart. The problem for many small businesses is that if it doesn't come apart in the first generation of owners, it's only a matter of time until the next generation or two takes the hit. I guess one can rationalize that you don't care if everything falls apart when you're retired or no longer dependent on the business for financial returns. But I say that's pretty short-sighted and a very opportunistic way of thinking. And then, when things do blow up, the same business owner starts yelling foul and wants a new form of support to replace their lack of business finance fundamentals. Getting it right can take some work, but the alternative is too much like gambling, which in my opinion is why there is such a high level of SME business failure. So if you have a business financing problem, challenge, or requirement that you need help trying to solve, then I suggest you give me a call or send me a note to the contact information at the end of this video. And I wish you all the best in your business financing endeavors. Take care.